Reese, here's a look at run 2 of race 1 Magic. Did a great job. Second place in the race. Let's check it out. Alright. Good job here. A little bobble as you saw. And certainly your opponent. Let's check them out. We'll get back to you. They had a little bobble. Got a little high-sided. Took out the panel. And the skis went flying. But she was okay, so that's the important thing. Alright, back to you. So number 1, we need to narrow the stance a little bit. With that wide of a stance, we are definitely going to be two-footed, meaning weight on both skis. Got to narrow a little bit. It's hard to really pressure the outside ski. With the stance that big, we will clearly be two-footed, weight on both skis. That's number 1. We just need a little more of the angles. You can see your body. It's more or less, like that. And we're looking to be, here and here. So either narrow the stance, just get more angles, more level shoulders. You can see your inside hand dropping there. What can help doing slopies, the torch drill, but getting better upper and lower body separation so that we are more on that outside ski. We can just narrow that stance, 4 inches maybe. And lastly, from a technical standpoint, popping up a little bit too much in the transition there. We need to be a little lower profile. We're trying to move forward, not up. We do, however, want, the hips to come forward, get over the boots at the top of the turn, just without standing up quite as much. Look at turn there. Long outside leg, short inside leg. That's a good job. Coming down here, a little bit of a bobble we're going to see. But before we get to that, just a little bit low on the line. You can see where you are there. We would prefer to be up, near the panel on this type of a gate. I can't really tell if we were a meter or so higher up. So how do we get that? Well, get out to rise line before turning. You kind of turn too early. So right now you can see if you really stood on the outside ski, carve the turn, really hammer the turn, where would you be? And you'd crash into the panel. So you really couldn't pressure it too much. Had to kind of lay off it. Now you're going to try to turn. So the pressure's a little late because you started to turn too early. You had no room to turn right up here. You're intersecting rise line with your skis just already too far down the hill, in other words. I think this is where we kind of leaned in a little bit. You see inside shoulder, your right shoulder dropping. I can't see your skis anymore. You must have just kind of skidded out a little bit. It kind of sent you for a ride. But the good news is you made a great recovery. Did not really cost you much time-wise. Right back into it, engaged them. So great job there on that recovery. like you're leaning a little bit there. So, again, we need those angles. We just need to tighten up the line also. We need to be closer, closer to the gates, and a lot of times that could be, that you're turning more around the gates whenever there's some offset. We've got to remember we have to, if that's the gate, be patient, get out to rise line with our skis still pointing out and away from the pole. All right, so we bring turn shape back and be tight here. But if you're, turning more, around the pole, and some of the times you are here, we're going to be more wide to here. So bring the line up the hill whenever it's offset, and we need to bring more turn shape back and tighter to the gate. You tried to tuck well before where I recommended, but that's what everyone does, because I think tucking is the answer. You realize all of a sudden, oh, that's kind of a big turn, so you got out. And you're going to try again here. Upcoming one was also pretty big. Wasn't bad, but tough one there, and it kind of sent you, it's hard to see. We're kind of far away, but tuck turns sometimes are hard. And this one, a little wide on that one there, but overall pretty good job down there. So, again, second place in the race, great job. A few things to work on, as we talked about. Definitely narrowing that stance, right? Trying to get a little more angles. We have to be level by the panel. We have to have more upper and lower body separation, right? And we don't want to pop up quite as much in the transition.